able to see. Hey, Lucy, can you manage the chat box? Because for some reason it's not appearing on my end.
Sure.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Weather's coming up there, and looking forward to the nice upcoming weather. All right, so Ariba is going to be our new procurement to pay system. So I wanted to give you guys a general idea of how the system actually works. I don't have access to the end-to-end part, but what I do can tell you is once you log in with your CWID, as today, you currently go to shop and then you go to describe requirement. Describe requirement will no longer be entitled to this procurement to pay software. That will be eliminated as also as SiteQuest. Technically, once you click the shop option, it would take you here. This would be called the guided buying. As you see here, all these tiles, basically, this would be just like SiteQuest. So you click on the tile, and then you will have your catalog suppliers. So these would be all your catalog suppliers from either office supplies. You know, we have here McKesson, Fisher, BWR, you name it. It's going to be the same as SiteQuest. Then, so you will also be able to click on your favorites. So let's say when you're in a catalog, and you go to their punch out website, you know, you're able to add to favorites because this is your favorite supplier. So you're able to, instead of going to each tile, you know, you could you go to your favorites, and then you're able to see your favorite suppliers or your favorite items that you choose from the catalog. So this will be for as far as your favorites. Your requests. So your request will be basically what you have started or completed. So this would be, you know, you have access to, you know, all your requisitions. So today we call it shopping carts. Tomorrow we're going to be calling it requisition. So when you are creating, you was basically will be getting a PR, and then a number upon creation. And then you will see all your history on here. You can go as far as last month, last 3 months, last 6 months, last one, or you can see all of them. You can also search with if you know the number or the PL number or the supplier ID number, you can search for it by that as well. You can also search your request, and then if you're a manager and you manage a team, you can also see the team requests as well. Quotes would be basically part of tactical sourcing. Tactical sourcing is basically is for any supplier over 10,000. You could submit a bid process through the Ariba system. In the Ariba system, oh wait, Lucy, are you recording?
Yes, I am.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. All right. So in tactical sourcing, basically, you can request 3 or more bids with the supplier that you choose. And then once you're able to choose that, you'll be able to award that supplier. And then you'll be able to see all your quotes for each supplier. So that's what that's for. And then this request, what basically happens is, see where it says RFQ 153. Once you complete that, you're able to create a requisition off of the RFQ. So that's a new process that is in Ariba for for purchasing. Wow, this thing is actually slow today. So I'm just gonna give a brief overview on each tab. All right, sorry, we gotta play the Jeopardy sound. All right. What's going on?
People, as you know, as we mentioned, we still have the project is fully underway, and so we have other people that are in the system. So it's not like Jorge's the only person in the system today. So there's development work that's going on.
Correct. All right. So receive, these are basically once you create, and I'll show you that process. Once you create a requisition, you're able to review all your invoices before they are paid. So this will fall into this bucket. Custom forms, there's no custom forms at the moment. So no need for that. And that's only for purchasing anyway. Invoice requests. So these are all the invoices that, basically have come in, and what's being paid, and then what's being rejected. And that's pretty much it. Next would be your approvals. So if you are a DDA or DIVA, or purchasing, any type of approval, all the approvals will be on here for you to approve. Let me show you an example. I'm gonna log in as purchasing, so that way you can see how the approvals are. So you click on your approvals, and then as you see, you can see details, and then basically you will see all of the line items. So you see the line items, everything that's, who the supplier is, the WBS elements, or it can be the fund elements, the shipping, comments. You will also see the history of who submitted the requisition. So in this part, then once you approve, then it will go on to the next person for approval. And then you can see the path from there. So you have access to see who's approving next, and also the requester will have access to that as well. Slow today. Wow. Sorry, guys, it don't take this long. All right, so you see that is approved. Now I went over to the next approver. So basically, when you scroll the mouse over, you're actually gonna see who's the next approver in this line. Let me log out. Let me go back in as the requisitioner. Okay. All All right, so let's start with the request a non-catalog item. All right, so product name. So a non-catalog would basically you're gonna be attaching a quote, what you're gonna be ordering from the supplier, and then you also going to basically what's not on the catalog part. So that's today. This is described requirement. Tomorrow, this will be called non-catalog requests. So here you will have goods. So these are from materials, things like a one-time purchase and stuff like that. And you also have here services. Services will be for like Xerox leases, maintenance, you name it. This will be on the services. So we're gonna create a test, and what's today's date? So all of the categories, once you browse through all, you're gonna see all your categories. Today in the SRM, you basically, it's called product category. Here would just be called category. Once you choose the category, you automatically have, this will be placed under here, so that way you don't have to keep browsing through it again, because these are your most common indicators for this section. So I'm gonna choose medical equipment, test for, and then here the quantity will be however much going to purchase. So it will be 5. Then the unit price will be 25. And then sometimes whenever you choose, like for example, let's see, it's not coming up. So it's usually, that's a fix I gotta clean on my end. So usually when you pick an option here, your recommended suppliers will appear on here. So if you click on office supplies, I don't have office supplies here. Let me see. That's not coming up. Like you click on office supplies, W Mason will appear, stuff like that. So then you just click on add to cart, and then checkout. And then you're gonna put the need to date. So it'll be, the 25th. And then you click on the supplier that you need. Sorry. Don't worry, guys. It's not going to take this long once it goes live. Come on. Oh, everybody's working today. It's not coming up. Wow. Oh, here we go. All right, I'm gonna choose a supplier. All right, so I'm choosing a non-preferred supplier. So just wanted to give a heads up on how the system will look once you go over, let's say, 10,000. So I'm gonna put here. right, so it's not coming up the error. Oh my God. Fix something.
All right, while we're waiting, there is a question in the chat. In the current LOC for the need by date, FY year in 6/30/22, will it be different for earmark funds?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
No worries. In the current LOC, for example, the need by date, this person wanted FY year end 6/30/22. Will it be different now for earmark funds?
No, it will be the same.
Thanks, Jorge.
Yep. All right, let me keep choosing a different supplier. For some reason the error message is not coming up. I know we're still working on the error message. Their selection. Come on. All right, it's not working. Out of all days. Yeah, because it's telling me my dummy supplier is a preferred supplier. It's not. I'll create a different one so that way it could show you. Because technically, once you put over 10,000, this would be a drop down here, and it would tell you either you have to attach 3 bids, a sole source, or a letter of justification. And then the attachment will fall right under here. You can also write comments, basically for internal purposes or comments that you want to share with your supplier. So you have that option as well. So I'm gonna go back up here because I wanted to basically provide some insight on this. So when you first create the requisition, let's say if you have 10 line items, and you want to charge it all to the same account. So you basically go to manage details, choose the WBS or fund that you need to use, and then you provide the number. So here would be the WBS. Here would be the fund. And then also, if you have an LLC that you want to create a requisition out of, this will be under this bucket list here as well. That's pretty much it. That's all you need to do on your end. Then you click on done, and then it will automatically appear in every line item. So this information will be the same for every line item, so you don't have to go into every line item. Now, if you have a split accounting, then you will have to go into each additional line item to see what's being split as. So then you will put the percentage that you need. You also have the option to put the quantity amount. So since there's 5, you want to do 2 in one, 3 in another. So you have that option as well. And then you're able to choose the amount. So you have percentage, quantity, and amount. You have those options when you're doing the split accounting row, if you want to split between WBS or fund. So these are the 3 options. Today, I'm just going to do fund. Then I'm going to remove the split. Then here in the shipping options, you're gonna have the shipping locations. Once you browse through all the shipping locations will be on here. And then the deliver to, this name would be auto-populated with your CWID and your name. So this will be on here. Comments, as again, you know, you can write your comment either internal or you can share with the supplier. Attachments, as you know, this will be for every requisition, a quote is required. And then you also got to click on the button for share with supplier. Then you click add. You can also add another section, you know, like the save as a sole source. You just add that, and then you'll be good from there. And once you do that, then you just hit submit. And then once you submit, it will go through the approval path for your designated area. Then you have access to all the approvals. You also will get an email that the requisition was created. And whoever the next person is in the approval path, they're able to, they will get an email of notification as well saying that, you know, a request is waiting for the approval. That is it for this section. Any questions?
All right, there's one question in the chat. In our current LOC workflow, we have to specify unit of measure. Is that still the same with this one? For example, US dollars.
Yes. So
yeah, and just so everybody, so you know, we're going to have a whole separate demo on LOC. Thanks.
So yeah, the LLC, I'm gonna give you a brief insight on that. So hopefully everyone's aware of the firm reservation process. So the way LLC is gonna work is basically you're going to let me go here really quick. I'm gonna show you a very quick one. Yeah, because we're still working on the whole entire. Oh, here we go. Back to, I'm gonna get back to the LLC. So as you see, it didn't let me submit the button. Didn't go through because the quote is over 10,000. So here is telling me I need to choose one. WCM letter of justification. I have 3 quotes and approved sole source justification. So once you choose that, and then once you attach it, then you're able to submit the requisition for approval. And as you see, the requisition has been sent for approval, and then it goes straight to purchasing. All right, back to the LLC. So
LLC, I'm sorry, before we move on, there's another question in the chat that I really think someone should probably take up. Sure.
I lost you, Lucy. I think I lost Lucy. Does anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear him?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Lucy, what was the question?
I'm sorry. This sounds like something to be taken offline, but the question is, currently many hematology oncology research purchasing requests workflow are going to the cancer center administrators for approval, which is incorrect. Will this be addressed and fixed?
Yeah, we'll take that offline.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. All right, so back to the LLC. So the LLC, basically the way it works is you will be creating, you will go here to common actions. And then this will be under line of credit requests. As you see, is an error because we're currently still building the platform. So basically, you create a request, and then it will go through the approval path. Then once the request is completed, you'll basically get a number. And then that number is just for internal use only. And then once you create that number is basically to create a requisition against the LOC, just like we do in SiteQuest today. So all these LOCs will have child POs that be going straight to the supplier. Now the best part is that once you go into either catalog or non-catalog, you will use that earmark fund number, and then it will skip all the approvals. And then your order will be sent straight to the supplier. Now each LOC will be basically created for every supplier. It's not like an LOC for that you could use with any supplier. It will be just for that specific supplier. That way, you have reserve funds and everything is approved and you're good to go. So that will be the new LOC process for tomorrow. And I know a lot of people use the LOC as, just try not to itemize items in the requisition, or they use the LOCs for leases. No. So this process would just be to create a requisition against the LOC. So that way you can have individual orders. As far as the leases and stuff like that, that's a whole different process. That will be falling under services, which would be as a request a non-catalog item. So that will fall under services. Any questions on the LOC part?
There's a question in the chat. Will we still be sending invoices to WCMPO invoices email address?
So yes and no, it depends. So let's say if the supplier is in the system, then they're already part of the network. And technically the supplier is going to submit the invoice through the network. As you see, let me see if I can find a PO.
Jorge, do you want to just take a minute and explain the Ariba network, please?
Sure. So the way the Ariba network works is, let's say if it's a new supplier, right? Or an existing supplier. So say, for example, like VWR. So VWR, they have an enterprise account with Ariba. So all of the orders that we submit through Ariba, they can invoice back directly through, automatically through the portal. So everything will fall under basically, like once you, like this is how your PO is, this is how much is received. So all the invoices will be in Ariba, and AP has access to that. So nothing will be going through WCMPO invoices anymore. Everything is being handled through this system here. And there are some suppliers that won't be able to invoice through the portal. So they will have to submit the invoices through WCMPO invoices.com. That email address. So it's only certain suppliers, and it's very few of them. Now, if you have, like, if you have a supplier that you deal with that basically, for example, I have a department that basically they get all the invoices, but they get all at one time, and they have to remanage those invoices and submit it separately. Then I would need to know those suppliers ahead of time, so that way I can know how to enable them in the system, so that way no invoices will be passed due. But majority, I say 90% of the suppliers, all the invoices will come through the Ariba network. Hope that answers the question.
There's one other question. Is the process the same for low amount lines of credit?
Yes. It's the same as today. And I know, for example, I know in as today in described requirement, I know we have approved line of credits for quotes that have more than 15 line items or 20 line items. That will not be happening in tomorrow's world. Every requisition will have to be itemized moving forward. Sorry. All right.
And just so you know, everything that Jorge is describing is very common practice in this day and age with any system like Ariba or Coupa. It would have, whatever system Weill Cornell chose, new system, it would be like this. So it's very, very similar.
Correct. And just wanted to bring an insight request on behalf of your team. Let's say somebody's out, you're able to request on behalf of them. You could also do team cards as well. So that way everybody in the group will know what's going on. So you have that option. And as far as, I wanted to see something. I wanted to give you an insight on how the PO looks. The PO is still in the works, but at least I want to give you how it will view on your end. So this is how basically, once the order is confirmed. So I'm just a little insight. So when it's confirmed, that means the supplier received it and the supplier acknowledged that they got the PO and they sent you an acknowledgement. So you will get a separate email on that, that they have received the PO, you got acknowledged. You will also get an email stating that and that order was approved and the invoice was submitted. So you will get that email as well as a requester. And to view the PO, basically you click on this button, view an SAP Ariba procurement. And then here you will see your whole entire history of approval flow, all the receipts, all the invoices that's basically attached to this PO, all the payments that have been paid against this PO, and then the whole entire history amount.
Jorge, if I can just jump in, there's a question. So if you need 10 things from WB Mason, you need to submit 10 requisitions with justification amounts or attachments. Is that correct?
No. So let's say let's say you want 10 items. You could pull all 10 items in one requisition if it's going to the same place. You don't have to create a requisition for each item.
Thank you, Jorge.
Sure. So then to view the PO, because I know a lot of people like to save their POs. This is how the PO will look. So we're still working on the formats. But basically you have the PO number on here, issue dates, the requester's name, who was delivered to, the ship to address, the bill to address, supplier's information. You will also see the payment terms of the supplier and the discounted percentage rate. And you will also see the supplier contact information. This will be the line item details. If you have multiple line items, you will see that on there. And then these are the terms and conditions. So that's how you see the PO today. We're still working on it because I'm trying to add more information on, to provide the user's info on here. So that way, and use the contact information. Any questions on that? All right. Go back to got it buying. Got it buying. So got it buying. I'm gonna give you a little demo on the got it buying part. So here would be your estimated budget. Basically, let's say your car is over 10. Well, technically, if you know your car is gonna be over 10,000, and let's say you want to get quotes on the suppliers, you basically state, have a $12,000 budget. Once you hit the target price, you say, the item that you know that you want to get, you want to hit a target price for your item that you need. Let's say is $600 for each item. This will be automatically pre-filled with the supplier's name. And then you can select the department. This will automatically pre-filled with your CWID. Date of request will be today. Office landline, you can put your number on there. Then this will be pre-filled. Then you can write the description that you need. Let's say I need gloves. Then you could upload, let's say if you have a certain glove that you want to get, you could upload the picture of it, the PDF file of where you saw the glove from. And then you click on next. All right, you have to provide a title. Tactical sourcing. And then so this title right here, this would be the name of your requisition, just an FYI. Once you click on next, then you will get a message that this request will be routed to the procurement team and award information will be updated soon. Sorry for the delay. I wish I had the Jeopardy music. Like that, there you go. Oh, wow.
Jorge, we have another question. How would line of credit leases work? Image first?
So I have a different process for that. Just send me a message. And I'm still working on that process, so I can't guarantee that's gonna work. But I am working on for suppliers like Image First, Unitex. So I'm still working on that. If you could send me a message directly, and I'll put your name on my list to contact once have that process completed. I'm hoping to have a resolution for those suppliers by the end of the week. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Oh, I got started all over. Jesus. All right, let me see if I could go back to one I created already. Looks like it's not working. So basically, my estimated budget was 11,000. I wanted some gloves. The target price was $10 per box. So I sent it off to these suppliers. And then these suppliers basically, once you submit it, that's it. That's all you have to do on your end. Now it's on the supplier's court. The supplier is going to receive a message stating that they need to bid. So right now there's a timing window. We're trying to remove that timing window. So that way the suppliers could act on to the request so you could get the quotes right away. Once basically you they submit all the requests, then you'll be able to see. Let me see when that's completed. This one's not showing. Yeah, this falls under a different window. For some reason, it's not showing on here. I'm gonna show you guys a different system because the people that's gonna be this is gonna be another training session. All right. Yeah, it's not coming up. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to get back to you on guys on this source and request. But for some reason, it's not coming up on my end. So just a brief insight. So this is how the spending management looks. Everybody will have access to this. So you're able to see all your requests. This is a different view. You're gonna see all your requests that you're able to like. If you want to look up your requisition number, you could click on your requisition number. If you want to look up PO, so like for example, like advanced search, advanced search will be eliminated. This would be your advanced search section. This would be like you could put the PO number, and then once you click search, you're able to see your POs. Now, you won't have access to view other people's POs, but you have access to view yours. Then once you click the search results, then you will see all of your POs on this window. But yeah, so the Praveen's team, they're actually working on all the tiles. You don't have to go through like basically what I have to go through. Everything is gonna have a designated tile for you guys to go through. And we'll provide training on that section. Any questions on that part?
Okay, so we're not going to be able to see anybody else POs, even that we have the PO number?
If it's in your group, yes, you'll be able to see their POs.
Okay, perfect. Good, thank you.
Yep. All right. I think that's what I got on my end, Lucy. As far as,
Sure. Any other questions for Jorge? Jorge, do you want to talk a little bit about the system freeze dates and the plan there?
Yes. So once again, brief. So beginning April, we're going to be sending out notifications for everybody to basically, letting them know that the last week of April, we are going to have a system freeze. Basically, what that means is that nobody's going to be able to order from SideQuest, and nobody's able to create describe requirement cards. So I'm urging everybody, and this will be in the notification letter that will be submitted on the first week of April, that to basically process all your requisitions before the week of the 25th, I believe. Now, let's say if you have magically an urgent order that needs to be processed, purchasing will be doing that order in behalf of you guys. So we're only stopping just the requisition part. We're trying to figure out how to keep everybody access to approving. So that's still in the plan. But yeah, just wanted to give an insight, give you guys that information now. So yeah, any questions on that? Okay, and then also I have today Pauline. I'm not sure Julia is on. So they are the training team. So we are working with them, basically, from doing the end-to-end process. So that way, and we're gonna be presenting on the last week of April, basically on how the system works and what's upcoming, what are the changes, and all that stuff. So they would be the primary people, like, if you want to get more insight. But as well, I will be here as well to support you guys in much way as possible. So yeah, if Pauline wants to add anything, or Juliet, feel free.
Yeah, we'll be scheduling what we're calling Delta Readiness webinars. As Jorge mentioned, we'll be explaining the changes, the most common changes that existing users can expect. And then, of course, once we go live, we'll be offering multiple dates for a coaching lab, which some of you are familiar with from eTime, where you can come with your questions at set times. So there'll be plenty of support for you guys, as well as job aids, reference guides, and help documentation.
Trying to make your life easier, guys. So I'm gonna provide as much information as possible, step-by-step direction. So, and we're gonna be making videos as well, and it's gonna be, very helpful for you guys. So you got 100% our support, especially at the go live. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the go live date. The go live day is May 2nd, which is a Monday. So this is the reason why we decided to do a system freeze, because we want to make sure all the approvals are completed before the system shuts down May 1st. So yes. Any other questions?
We will also be sending you a link to this demo so that you can see it at your leisure. Thanks. All right, I think we're done. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Right, thanks, everyone. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Jorge, can you repeat one more time when it's going to go offline, the date, the week?
Deanna, this is Lucy Hall. I'll email you separately. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.